Yo, welcome everybody to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here for round number 6 of the silver class. We are here in Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix. My name is Seafreeze, and I will be taking you all through tonight's proceedings. It's only me tonight, so hopefully you can all get through this stream with me together, and that's why we'll need all of your support throughout this whole stream. So keep the comments rolling, the support and the likes, and if you're new here and really do like what you see, consider subscribing or following. We are live on both Twitch and the YouTube side of things. Share it out to some of your friends, get them in here, tell them that TCR is about to get going, and not only for tonight but the rest of the week. We got the remainder 2 classes also running at this really nice track at Austria. So get your drinks, get all settled, and actually let's have a good time and watch this race. We have 15 on the grid today. Last week it was this guy who took the, I would say, upset. I really would put those words, an upset. We've never seen Drink win in TCR before. I believe it's not his first season. I think he joined last season somewhere in between season 11, but we've never really seen him go for it. Last week was Monaco, a race that you want to win on your resume, as we've had last week was a lot of crazy races between all the classes. Silver, I think, was probably the best and one of the better performances. I think every single race we went to last week, he had dominant performances, and this was one of them in the silver class. He had pole, fastest lap, and he won the race by a margin. I mean, he finished so quick. He could get a seat in the audience and watch second place, which I believe was Blinn. He is also here tonight, and he is your championship leader. I'm going to get the points here in just a second as we finish watching Drink on his flying lap. We are using the regular track limits for tonight. TCR uses a mixture of the two, and stewards will be looking at track violations through qualifying. He's a 10th up on his time, and he spins in the middle sector, right on the border of the two, actually. No damage to the Red Bull. Got to be careful though of the Aston Martin, and it's all fine and dandy. Ghosting is also off for tonight. Ghosting was on last week at Monaco for good reason. And we will go to another driver on a lap. Let's go with Ericsson. I usually am not in the silver class that often, but I realized, I don't know if it was last week or at China, I kept pronouncing it as Eric, son, Ethan, which I guess isn't wrong, but then I heard Chatty Duck last week pronounce it as Ericsson, which makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. So I don't know how I should go about it, but Ericsson 3/10 up, but I thought that was kind of funny when I was looking back at it. So only P10 for the moment. Juan backed off. Broomhandle's looking fine and dandy. He's in the Alpine. Him and his teammate, I think that's Camden Luca? No, he's in the Williams. Who's his team? Oh, Kruner. He's doing good. He also had a really nice performance last week. Back of the grid, started at Monaco, and he finished P3. I mean, it was a really nice performance. He overtook almost half the grid on the opening lap, and he got a few off the start of the grid, and then a few others had some incidents, and through strategy, he was able to pick up P3 as Syrah goes for P1. Only 200ths quicker than Sir Charles. And those are the only 2 drivers in the 3s. Kruner on a flyer keeps it right on the limit on the red and white curbing. That's good enough for here. Crooner improves to a 4, almost 4 flat. A few guys on out laps. Let's go back on board with Broomhandle. And Sir Charles responds with a 3.8. So it was Syrah. Well, firstly it was Charles, now it's Syrah, then it was Charles again. Let's see what Broomhandle could do. Up on his time a little bit. P4, so 3 and 4 for the Alpines. STX is on the lap. We know he's quick in qualifying. Very eager on the traction. And I think he's going to back this one off. Potentially come in for a new set of tires. I guess he was not content with that Rockstar, marginally up on his time, coming through the penultimate and now the final. And that Red Bull barely improves, but not for position. Camden, a 10th up. Will he get some slipstream? Not from that far back. In real life you would get a little bit, but you need to be a little closer for that. Drank, 5th, he improves. And on the medium tire, Raphael's going to get out of the way. And Drank is kind of solidifying what he has done last week and continuing his efforts to be one of the normal faces when it comes to the silver class. Camden keeping it clean, missed the final corner. Still improves, but marginally. We haven't seen much from Blinn. He's back in 10th. He is your championship leader. Let's go over the standings for the Drivers' Championship. It is Blinn Machine with 83. 20 points behind with 63 is going to be Rafa Hulk. He starts P9 for now, unless he can improve. He's in the AlphaTauri. P3 is Sir Charles, which is Blinn's teammate. He's got 59, and he is currently farther up the grid than both of P1 and P2. In 4th place with that performance last week, Drank is up into 4th with 52. And then finishing the top 5 off is Syrah with 44. And only 2 points behind is STX. And another 3 points behind is Broomhandle. So a lot of the contenders are here tonight. I think all the contenders are here tonight. And they are all starting pretty close from the top, besides Rafa. If he can improve, that's going to help him. No, he did not have the best of laps. Blinn is still waiting for the time to go down in the session. A lot of guys still in the pit lane. It's not yet time to come out, as these guys are all on out laps. So that's your Drivers' Championship. B is saying hello, and if I'm getting this correct, I think that's W. So just because I said the name, I have to say the quote, W, double the fun. I think we might be seeing you soon, if I'm correct. Which, that's all I'll say. But if we can see W back at some degree, that's another reason to come and watch later in the week. We might be seeing W back in action. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. But let's do constructors standings. It's McLaren at 142. That's Blinn and Sir Charles. Aston Martin 74, tied with that'd be Red Bull. And also tied for 4th is the Alpines and the AlphaTauris. So McLaren pretty much has a double gap. You could multiply the guys in second by 2. And that's pretty much what McLaren has. So McLaren has a good chunk of change, and it's pretty much a scrap behind. But we're only on round 6 of 15. The teams are still proving strong. Just as a side note, as qualifying is starting, I got all ready and set up to do this commentary. I sit down, I have everything ready to go. On time, too. Usually I'm a little bit late. I got down and I sat down, I'm like, alright, this is going to be great. And then a little gnat flies onto my screen, and I haven't yet managed to get him. He's still flying around here, right on the screen. My room is dark, and he's just flying around the screen. So that's a problem for me. Probably for you guys too, because that might interfere with my exactly that. But here we go, minute and 30. Who we got for pole position? Let's go on board with Drank. He's up on those medium tires, still sticking with the mediums, the only guy to do so. It might be a mistake, or maybe not. Right in the limits is fine. He did back off, but I thought that was fine, right on the red-white curbs. He's going to get another go, though, and maybe not. Maybe he's going to do another back out. Blinn, let's go on board with Blinn. We haven't seen the championship leader yet today in action. He's been hiding in the pits all along, and now he's finally starting a lap that we get to see. Hitting turn 1 nicely, right on those curbs, through which will be turn 2. Very tricky one. Oh, man. He just didn't. He nailed it. Down to 3. A few lines you could do in turn 3, but the important thing is the traction that's going to carry down the straight all along. Try to get a sneaky little slipstream, but wasn't enough as he nailed out of the lap. Hits the apex nicely. Watch the outer side curb on traction. It will spin the car around. He does not opt for the curb on braking. Through the middle sector, fine. Hooks it in very hard. The car washes out wide. You got to watch the grass and the gravel, and these two are important to nail. Lots of speed, lots of commitment. Hits the last corner just in the traction, or just in the limits, but improves only 2/10. That's P10 for Blinn. And also, crucially, I just saw across the stream, Wiener Drink had a 5-place grid penalty. He must have had collision. Let me go on board with someone who's actually... Let's look at Charles. Here we go. Charles, penultimate, 10th up on his already provisional. To the line, that's going to be an No, not an improvement. C-Raw that's all we got from him. He's in the pit lane. STX has aborted. Camden on a lap, only a 10th better, so this will bring him right in contention. He's got to nail the final 2, though. That's where the time is. Very shallow on entry. Hits the final corner. He didn't do that last time out. Improves by a 10th. Oh, marginally. 300ths off a pole. That bumps C-Raw to the second row of the grid. Broom doesn't have it. He's not on a flyer, and that's gonna be it. That's all she wrote. Sir Charles. I think he had it from the get-go, but it came very close between Camden and C-Raw and STX. They're all very closely. I mean, I think heading in we kind of knew it was gonna be very close due to Austria being Austria and doing Austria-like things. It's a short lap time, not many corners, and you're going to have a similar lap time. We knew this coming in, and that's exactly what happened. But it's Sir Charles who is up on top. We got some comments coming in. Hello from Argentina, supporting Juan. Well, thanks for joining in. B says, I thought TCR Grid needs to have an... Oh, my laptop just shut off. I was in the middle of reading the comment and it went to sleep. I'll try to get the comment. But it's going to be Americans on the front row. A Mexican and Spain. Spanish will be the second row. We got a lot of diversity. I love that in silver class. A lot of different flags running around. And we got Rockstar and Crooner. We got Rafa Hulk, Broom and Drink, and Blend Machine repping the Canadian flag. I think he's the only Canadian at least representing tonight. You don't usually see this much diversity in the upper classes. Usually more see the Americans and Canadians, but I love to see some guys from a little bit from all over. That proves quite well, but besides the internet connection, which Vala might have had a problem with. Let's see, I get the laptops back on. And B said, I thought TCR Grid needs to have an Indonesian flag, so someone need to do the deed. Well, we welcome you back with the Indonesian flag. I hope to see you very shortly. And for those who are unaware, W is a golden class contender. He contended multiple times for the championship, multiple race winner. And he took a little hiatus off from the league, but he might be coming back. Gabriel says, "Come on, Juan, get in there." So we have some Juan fans. I think he's in the Alpha T, so that makes me a fan as well. As the driver's loading in, Valid does rejoin, so that is good for him. Let me get myself situated here. Let me get the. No, we're not going to do telemetry. We're going to do that. We got to get the tires up. Top 9 are on soft tires. Juan was actually able to sneak in on a medium. We got Eric, son Ethan, or Erickson. He's starting 11 on the softs. And then as well as Valid rounding off the end of the grid with the softs. Maybe he'll be able to get some positions off the get-go. Drank had that grid penalty, so he'll be starting 14th. But it's going to be Charles leading charge. We've seen a little bit more from the other McLaren of Blinn. Now it's this turn for Charles to get back on the top step, which has a great opportunity to do so today. Leave your predictions down below. I know this is the time to do it. Austria is a quick lap, so you got to get it in real quick. I'm going to go with Charles for the win. We're going to go STX for 2. And let's do Rafa Hulk for 3. I'm going to be nowhere close to those predictions, but that's all right. I've gotten no word for weather, so it seems like it'll be a dry race, but we'll see how things unfold. We'll be on board with the Aston Martin of STX. I just want to remind everyone you are watching Season 12 of the Silver Class. This is round number 6 of the Austrian GP TCR. Lights are going on. Seafreeze with the goal. Here we go. Away we go. Aston Martin gets a good start, as does Camden. He might split the two. It's going to be Camden into the lead. Side by side, under pressure. A 3-car breakaway. Does the McLaren get back at him? Into turn 3, into the hairpin. You got to watch the braking. It's going to be the Williams, the McLaren, the Aston Martin looking down the inside. Rockstar and Crooner side by side. Rafa Hulk's going to slip in. He's going to opt for the inside of the Alpine. Leaves the room. And that's going to carry the momentum down to turn 6. And the AlphaTauri will have it. Nice move, and moving up is Rafa Hulk. We believe Syrah had a disconnect. That's why he dropped Blinn up a few positions, as well as Drank from 14th on the grid using those medium tires. He is increasing his chances in this strategy. There's a lot of dust coming out. What is that about? Is that because you're going offline? If so, that's kind of cool. Drank closing on the outside of Blinn machine. Blinn shuts the door. Very easy to lose control of the battery situation, as there is your predicted pit stop powered by AWS. I don't believe it's a two-stop, but you could do a two-stop. Back to the front. It is Camden Luca. Charles makes a mistake, goes a little wide. That's going to open an opportunity for STX, but just he also did not get a good run. And I think we are on lap 3, DRS enabled. And start the train of DRS, because everyone is going to have it for the most part. Charles looking to use it into the inside of 3. As well as STX tries to sneak in. Camden is now going to have it on Charles. STX has it on all of them. Contact down the straightaway. Oh, this is getting close. Nice move from STX. So Camden started with leading that lap, and now he's down to 3rd. Things can change very quickly here at Austria. As there's that damn fly again. Let me see if I get it. Nope. Little glitch on the timing and scoring. That should come back to center this time by. Rockstar gets a nice run on Camden. Will Camden lose another position? Looks down the inside, just sets it up. Camden did not fall for it. Rockstar going the outside. STX going the inside. We get a nice view onside the Red Bull. STX is looking for the lead, and he does get it. And I have a feeling this could be going all along, all race long, as Charles went for a move, but didn't have enough, I guess. Remember, Austria has hosted 2 rounds of the TCR Grand Prix in the past. Season 9 and 10. This year's GP will be at Brazil later in the year. That's another one of those events of TCR. It's going to be hosted at Brazil for the 2nd year running. 2nd season running, I guess you say. We know this place provides some great racing. As you see, STX almost hitting. I think, you know what? I think he hit the pit wall. A little too eager breaking the slipstream. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, breaking the slipstream, breaking the DRS, because this will be a constant. Oh man, very, very aggressive. These guys are using all their stuff up early. Side by side, down to turn 4. We've seen a lot of contact here in real F1, pushing outside wide, both leaving space. Charles gets it back. STX now the inside. Very aggressive from the 2. All clean and respectful for now. As Rockstar gets a run. Great racing so far, 5 laps in. And we've seen 3 guys go for the lead in 5 laps. That's a 3 out of 5 if you were wondering. And Rockstar is making a look he might make it 4 out of 6 for leaders in this race. He is marginally ahead, but STX great under the braking. And he's going to come back at him. It looks like he's using all the battery because he came with a run. As said, very respectful for now. Side by side through many of these corners. Look at Rafa and Camden behind. So marginally ahead was Rockstar. So we've had 4 changes. A mistake bike. STX hits the Red Bull. The others behind. Oh man, that could have been a terrible race for all. Red Bull, he was just in a bad situation there, wasn't he? He's coming into the pits. STX continues. And if anything, he might have side pod damage. Because that's the only thing that got hit. We don't really know. So Charles back in the lead. Rafa is now going to go for the lead. This will be 5 different guys. And he brings through STX again. So Rafa Hulk becomes the 5th different leader in this race. On lap 7. This is great stuff. I'm hoping everyone watching is enjoying this, as am I. Crooner goes for a spin into the wall. Collects no one but the front wing. So he's going to need a pit and a new wing. Camden, what happened to Camden? Did he get collected? Whoa, Blinn, what's the matter, Blinn? It looks like he was losing the car. Camden goes in to the pits. It could be these tires as well. These drivers could be losing some grip. Drank is now up to 4th on the medium. A few guys going wide, which you got to be careful of how many times you do that, because that can cause a penalty. But so far these guys are just going right at it, and you love to see it. It's just a race, isn't it? And that's what we love to see. Great racing between them all. Few mistakes, few little minor hiccups between a few of them, but other than that, it's been awfully clean. This brings Drank right into the strategy picture. If we're talking strategy, I don't know what to do. STX, another mistake off of 8, I believe that is. Lets the front 2 go. STX might be hurting on those softs. But he's got the speed to do it. We've seen him lose position and then just come right back with the DRS and slipstream and the battery and re-overtake him. But I know for sure if I was in this position, I'd be backing off. I don't like how aggressive these drivers are. It just leads for more contact and damage as STX gets it all wrong again. And that could be his downfall in this race. Need to pick your battles. And so far I've not really seen that from him. I think he's gone for every move that has presented itself, in my opinion. And I know that there's 36 laps in this race, and I would want to get to lap 36. But that's just me. I do play a little bit of F1. Not so much on this game, so I am a little bit out of the loop, as maybe you are. STX in the grass again. I don't know what he's struggling. A few drivers making pit stops in the back, and Blinn making a move on Juan, which the fans in the comments are not going to like that. There's a nice support from Juan. As far as strategy, you could do a bunch of different things. I believe. I think a one stop is possible. I think Camden is opting for that. He pitted a lap ago. I don't know if he had wing change, but he's on the hards. So he could go to the end. Taffer and Halberg. Halberg, nice and easy move there down the straightaway. As we have a VSC. And Syrah is out. Let's see where it happened. It could have been a retirement on the track, which is not good. And now we have a few guys coming in. Oh, it's a full safety car. It's switched to a full safety car, so that might be a penalty for Syrah, because I think he retired on the track. Drank stays out on those mediums. And this is opening a floodgate in the pit lane. Time to fix some damage. Switch yourself some tires. Personally, I'd probably take a sip of my Red Bull. Ericsson. Blend machine. Alright. That's actually a good thing. I get to catch my breath. B says, is side pod damage a thing? Yeah, that's now a thing. You could get side pod damage, floor damage, rear wing damage. I don't know if suspension damage, all types of damage. But that stuff is not fixable from what I know. You could still only fix your front wing. I don't know if you have that rear DRS flap issue in this game, but if you did get it, and I'm sure you could fix that. Drank, is he pitting? So he is now pitting. I wonder if he missed the pit entry when the safety car came out. And that's another thing, if you guys are watching the stream back from the silver drivers, I don't know if I was on board with any of them, but depending on when the safety car came out and that white line of the pit entry, if any of them crossed over, I know that's a question every time we come to Austria. We have made it clear that drivers are not allowed to cross that white line even under any conditions, so keep that in mind, your silver drivers, when watching back some footage. But this actually works out real nicely. Drank pitted from the medium, now on the soft, and he's still got track position. Just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone watching on both the Twitch and the YouTube. Hitting the like, following, and subscribing if you like what you see would be much appreciated. Sharing it out to anyone else that might be interested would also be of help. Leave some more comments. As I said, it is only me, so I do like the questions. I do like the comments. Keep them rolling in. If you are interested in joining TCR for any of the classes, need more information, go visit our website down below. You could sign up there, join our Discord, and get onto the grid. You can be onto the grid as little and as early as next week if you like, and I think next week is Britain. And that's a great track that presents itself in TCR as always, so... We are now on Twitch as well, so we are doing double duty, B. It seems like you've missed a lot. It seems like you've missed a lot. We are now on YouTube and Twitch, and we encourage you to watch on whatever platform you prefer. And if you do have Twitch and you also have YouTube, but you usually watch on YouTube, give us a follow on Twitch anyway. If you do have one, it's at Trinity Racing, and that's for all our socials. As well as our, if anyone's needing any equipment as far as Fanatec gear, wheels, products, we have an affiliation link down in the description below of the YouTube. I don't know if it's on the Twitch yet. But if you do some digging, it's on the website, it's in the description. Use that link, it'll help out the league so we can continue providing races for all of you, pretty much. So it'd be much appreciated. Those are the ads out of the way. And we have a message from Race Control. We have an email. That's how it should pop up. Race Control, we now have an email. I sent you an email. the race is going to go back green. It's the Mercedes safety car this week, not the Aston Martin. We had a good chance to look at it last week, only in the pit lane, but not on track. But here we go. Drank has possession of the lead. He has possession of when he wants to go. When does he want to go? He's going to go now, I think so. He's got the soft tire. If he could pull a gap, pull out of the DRS, which he'll have 3 laps to do it, it's going to help him because he'll need another pit stop. He can't make it to the end of the race. We know that from the soft tire. STX is right back in the action after the pit stop. So he is a contender to go long. You look at the guys 2, 3, 4 all on the medium. A little shove by the McLaren. Opens the door for Rafa. Alpha T 3 and 5. More contact on the straight. Runs them right out. That's how you do it. And as an AlphaTauri fan, I like this. I like to see this. Rafa Hulk moving on up. Broomhandle was moving on up. Oh, Juan. I didn't even know Juan was there. Juan's on the hard, so he's going a little long ball. But 2, 3, 4, 5 just put some mediums on. We did see Blin had a penalty from contact. He might be able to get that removed. But if he serves it in the pit, he won't be able to. So he knows that. Camden struggling. Remember, he pitted before the safety car. He's still going very wide. This isn't going to look good. Camden got to keep it between, on the curbs at least. Juan gets overtaken by Blin. So those hards are just not it. As you see, hard 7, 8, 9, and 10. But they don't really have to pit again, so it's luck of the draw, basically. But Camden was up there. He started P2, and it's just didn't work out for him strategy-wise. We'll see if that brings him back. A little side-by-side action through 7. Or through 8 now. I think that's the corner numbers. Oh, it's going to be tight. Who gets it? Inside line. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. It's Camden. The camera angle cut out shortly. As these drivers are having a nice go at it. Down the inside. It's going to just be a little fake. Oh, Blin! Blin! Into the wall. Oh, 2 more! What do we got? Oil on the track. We got a VSC. We got a VSC. No passing, Blin. We're in the VSC. Oh, 5. Who got 5 seconds? Oh, Taffer. Oh, that's a no-no. Taffer's got a penalty. Blin already had a penalty. Now he's got a damaged wing. I wonder if this will turn to a safety car. He's going to let Taffer go. Probably some weird things going on under the safety car. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, look at Eric's son. No wing as well. What about Valid? Oh, yeah, right off the track. Oh, you're going to have to turn left at some point. No, he gets it. He's going to have to pit. So a few damage. Blin just lost it on traction, and then I think one of these guys, either the Aston or the Alpha did as well. Drive through for Taffer, so a bunch of things going wrong at the back of the back. We're going to go right up to the front again. It's Drank and Charles. Ooh, a little bit of a bump. Was it a bump and run? Ooh, very close. Man, I don't know if those soft tires triggered on the Red Bull yet. It seems like the mediums are quicker at this stage. You would think Drank could get a little bit momentum going. But I think now the DRS is enabled, and he's having a tough time breaking it. Remember, 3 DRS zones, half the track, as Kimmy said. I remember one time, it was such a funny quote. How do you think overtaking will be at Austria? Well, I think it, quite simple. There's half the track and more is DRS. That just shows how easy it is to follow in these cars. Not. Jose Julio, if I'm pronouncing right, hopefully. If not, correct me, please. Where's the All-Star race this season? Ooh, I almost slipped. I don't know if we announced it yet. We originally had it for Bahrain Short. We were going to do the same thing as we have some... Whoa, what's going on back here? Oh, Halberg. Oh, go for it, baby. Oh yeah, the Ferrari is moving on up. The sole Ferrari on the grid tonight. Last season it was at Bahrain Short. We were going to keep it at Bahrain Short, but then we realized there is no Bahrain Short anymore because they got rid of the classic cars and the short tracks. I don't really care about the classic cars so much, but I kind of like the short tracks. I feel like they could have added other short tracks, other variations. I thought that stuff was cool, but, licensing, all that. All I'm going to say, I'm not confirming or denying, but a race at Portimao for the All-Star race would be lovely. Although, by the time we get to the All-Star race, I believe it's in sometime November. It's in another month or so. We might even have Imola, and depending... Oh, Taffer, he's going to retire. He's calling it a day. He's in the pit lane. We might even have the other track. What's the other one? What's the other track? Oh, Saudi Arabia. Oh, Jeddah. But I don't know if that one will be out by the time we do the All-Star race. And who knows, it could be another track on the calendar. We have no idea. But that is also later in the season. That's going to be, I think, a week before the TCR Grand Prix. So that was a really cool event last year. We learned a lot of how we kind of dealt with it. And we're going to make a few changes, possibly, heading into this one. We heard some feedback from the drivers, and we're going to try to implement some of that into this All-Star race. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love seeing the different liveries on the multiplayer cars. I think that was a huge addition to the All-Star race to kind of make it different than some of the other events we've done in the past. So we're kind of at a stalemate here until Drink pits. I like how Charles, I don't know if he can't pass the Red Bull because he just can't pass the Red Bull. Seems like he's backing off if you hear it on the throttle. Or he's just making things smart and saying, hey, I just want to stick into the slipstream and DRS, save my battery a little bit. But as I say that, now he goes for a move. So the Red Bull opens the door. Oh, look, contact! I went the other way on the trigger and I saw the last place. I apologize. I think we got the gist of it. I think he's good on the wing. Minor contact. STX behind. Very close to the back of the gearbox. But you really can't make a move there unless you're fully alongside. He knows that. And it's a little train of 4. Soon it'll be 3. They have a 4.5 second gap between themselves and Broom. But the question is, can the medium tire go to the end of the race? Another 14 laps or so? I believe they can get stretched. Now the soft tire definitely not. Because if they can get to the end of the race, then that kind of brings in Camden, who's P6 on the hard. All the other guys on the hard tires, remember, they were kind of struggling. They all came in either because they wanted to or had damage. Now they're off the hard tire. Oh, STX came close. We're going to watch the top four here for a little bit. Kind of follow this group. Jose in the comments says, any co-op themes in the future? I don't quite understand the question. One, because I haven't tried co-op yet, although I do plan on trying it. So I'm just not really understanding so much. You are watching Season 12 of the Silver Class, round number 6 of Austria, the Austrian Grand Prix. This is TCR. I just want to re-emphasize that thank you for all the support and continued support. If you do like what you see, consider following and subscribing and coming back tomorrow and Thursday for Golden and Platinum Class, where they will have their go at the Austrian Grand Prix. And we're only on round number 6, so it's even more of an incentive to stay in tune for the remainder of the season. We have a close championship battle in silver, as is Golden Class. Charles now goes for a move on the Red Bull, who I think those tires are starting to fall apart. He was unable to find and improve that gap. And he, I think, will be pitting at the end of this one if I were him. I don't want to get damaged in this situation. I'd rather pit and get out of this mess. Let them fight. And we'll see if he can gain back. He could probably put another pair of softs on and get to the end at this point. So that's his strategy. Does he come into the pits? Drink. Well, not anymore. He crossed the white line. He's going to go an extra lap. And then possibly into the pits. Drink fights it back down the inside. Charles gives the room. He knows what's at stake here. He knows the situation. Now, can Charles use Drank as a little bit of a defense, kind of a monkey in the middle type deal, if you want to put it like that? Charles, Rafa, and STX, they're all on the same tire. Drank is on a completely different strategy. But if he can kind of use them to form a gap, that might be what Charles needs. I mean, if you get rid of Drank here, Rafa's a little bit farther back. He might be out of DRS. Let's see if he can continue that. Drank is now coming into the pits. He made it clear, and I like that signal. It's a nice move, but Rafa didn't get it. That was not translated at all to Rafa, but fortunately missed the back end, and that might have cost him DRS. Let's look at the gap. 9/10. Now, if I was Charles right now, I'm dumping. I'm dumping battery. Is he dumping? He's dumping. As is Rafa. That has the DRS. So just marginally, that could have been the race right there. In favor of the McLaren. Now it's more looking like a 6/10. Now, see how your gap is. That was some crucial stuff there. And when you're racing at Austria, all those little factors come into play. The pit entrance is very difficult. The battery, the slipstream, and you gotta be strategic when you're racing. You can't just race. You gotta be strategic. Last week we were talking about Monaco, that it plays different. Austria also plays different a little bit. Kind of like a Italy. You can say, you can relate it to Italy, or maybe a Bahrain with the, maybe not so much. But especially Austria, the low lap time, it's hard to pull a gap. As we have a safety car, full course caution. Ericsson, I think, was in the wall. Now he's on track. It seemed like he had contact with Blinn, if I'm mistaken. He's going to get a wing change? Yeah, they got the wing. It has not been a proper day for the championship leader, and this is going to open the door for his rivals, who were at the front of the grid. It's Charles, his teammate, Rafa, STX, and Drink. And you could even throw Broom in there. So the top 5 are going to gain significant points on Blinn Machine. And you kind of think back, for those newer viewers and drivers of TCR, you might not remember all the way back, but Blinn Machine was fighting for a championship. I believe it was back in Season 9. Yeah, it was Season 9. He was going for the championship. He had a great lead, was Blinn Machine. As the top 3 pit, that was a no question there. Let's see where they come out. Does Drink continue to have that track position? We'll see. Blinn had such a lead in the championship, and he kind of had these off races, kind of like today. I mean, even in qualifying, it didn't seem like he had the pace. Just something wasn't clicking. And that is crucial in a championship, let me tell you. Consistency is key. You need all the other things. You need speed, you need strategy, you need luck, if you think in luck. But you can't really have these off days, because Blinn is the championship leader, and his top 5 rivals, those guys are all behind him. They're going to get crucial points. Those are good points as well, if they can remain. We're on lap 28. We're going to give it a lap or 2. Keep some questions rolling in. I have some time. Charles, proving his speed today. He had provisional pole. He had pole position. What am I saying? Pitted. He's the only guy on the medium tire up front. That's going to give everyone else behind him the soft tire. Now, did he not have fresh soft tires? Possibly. Does he like the medium tire better? Possibly. Will he lose some track position? Possibly. He's going to be under threat from the guys behind. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to turn the laptop back on, see if, check the comments here. Let's look at positional gain or losses. I'd rather be on the gaining side. That's Drank at 10 positions plus. He started 14th. Rafa Hulk is up a good portion as well at 5. So those are your biggest winners so far. And your biggest losers, that's going to be Syrah. I think he had a disconnect off the starting line, which I think he's had a few weeks in a row. I hope he can get his connection figured out. This way he can get back into the mix. Blinn Machine down 4, and you would think Blinn would lose more positions, but that's just where he started. He started mid-pack, around 10th place, right? So that just kind of proves something wasn't clicking today. But he's got an opportunity to get back into the points. Camden Luca as well, down 5 positions, started up front. Now he has an opportunity to climb back a little bit, as we have the safety car coming in this lap. Let me go back on the tire. Those are your pit stops if you're wondering. And be in the comments says, how'd you stream on both platforms? You gotta be a magician. And yeah, that's all I'll say. Let me take a swig of water, and we're gonna get back green racing to the end of the race, hopefully. I believe Charles might wait to the end. Nope, he's gonna go now. and it's going to be green flags from here on out. STX. Oh, who's that defending? That's going to be, I think that's a lapper. That might be a lapper car. Does the mediums hold on for another 7 laps here? If Charles can last a lap or two, this is going to play dividends back to him. As we could see in this very team aspect battle. I mean, you look at the behind, you got the Williams, you got the Alpines, you got the Red Bulls. Mid-pack, AlphaTauris. Blinn is a lapper car, so unfortunate for him. He's not even going to get... He was a lap car in the safety car. It doesn't allow you to get a lap back. So Blinn is a lapper car, and that's just a terrible day. Oh, man. He'll come back next week pretty strong, I do believe. Whoa, who's this on the inside? That's going to be Rockstar. And who's that around the outside? That's Broom. He held it beautifully. 3 wide, that's, yeah, there we go. Inside, or outside now. For Rockstar. And the Alpines doing well here. Valid makes a move on Juan. But Juan sticks it around the outside. Does he make it stick? A little bit of a push, but I like it. All within the limits, and that's some nice clean racing. We've seen a lot of this. I've said it a few streams ago when I was doing commentary with Jones at China. I haven't gotten to seeing the silver class as of late, but I've been seeing them more and more as I keep commentating week to week, and I really do love the action here. There's been a lot of clean, respectful racing between the grid, and that's what you need in a proper class. The respect between drivers, knowing what your rival will do or what they won't do, is key to having just a great race as teammates here. Swap positions. I mean, we've gone to 3 diverse tracks at China, Monaco, and now Austria. And I am continue to be surprised. That's a retirement on track by Blinn. That's going to bring a safety car, and that is a no-no from Blinn. So we've seen that twice by Blinn and Syrah, and that will be noted. Have to do it in the pit lane because you will trigger a safety car. He probably did that. I don't want to play blame. I don't want to accuse drivers of doing something. I don't know. It's definitely in our rule book not proper to retire on track because you can trigger safety cars, and if you do it in the pit lane, there's a decreased chance of a safety car coming out. Given the situation of his teammate, is he helping his teammate? I mean, helping your teammate's not against the rules. But retiring on track will, and as the championship contender and leader, I think he'll lose the lead after this race. You can't afford to get extra penalties. That's going to hurt him potentially next race. I don't know if he'll, what the penalties will be. It's how many he has already up to this point. I am not too aware. But this works really well into the favor of the other half of the McLaren, because I think he's just going to need possibly 3 laps. I mean, the grid is already very close. I doubt it'll, because these drivers need to at least come to the pits if they want to, correct? So it'll probably get going next lap. So it'll be around 3 laps to go. And if I'm thinking correctly, DRS is disabled, so for the remainder of the race, DRS will be disabled. and that helps Charles out because he's on the medium. Everyone else is behind him is on soft. So I hope everyone is kind of noting what just had happened. And I don't know if the comment came through, but Blinn, I don't know if YouTube allowed your comment. But let's just say he's pissed. He says the game is something's wrong with the game, let's just say. Following tonight's race, there will be no post-race interviews. I do apologize for that. We will have a short little recap following the race. And for whoever is on the podium, congratulations and good luck. At this point in time, we just got an email from Race Control. Safety cars in this lap. Next week is Britain, but we still have Austria for the remaining 2 classes. Tune in tomorrow. It'll be good, as well as Platinum. You won't regret it. We got a nice lineup this week. Charles has done great up until this point, and they've all been respectful. But now it's 3 laps to go. This is for the win of the race. Will that continue? Charles leads them to green, and it's a back-up effect. No DRS as mentioned. We are on lap 35, so we only have 2 laps to go. I thought we had 3. This is going to get good. Yellow flag in the back, that's Halberg and Ericsson, I believe, or I think just Halberg. Can Charles last one more lap? Let's look at the battery. We haven't done all race because I like to keep it a secret for those, but Charles, 73, 80 for Rafa, 70 for STX. They all had battery because they were kind of saving. And this worked beautifully for Charles. He's just dumping battery. He's got possibly 2 more straights that he has to defend from. Gets a decent run off the last corner. No DRS as well. Unless it's a big dive bomb. Oh, very close to the back. But let's watch the exit. AlphaTauri looks too far back at this point in time, and it seems like drivers will remain in order. Without DRS, it's just hard to get that advantage. Around the final corner, it's going to be the guy on pole position, the other McLaren, to claim his second win at Austria is Sir Charles, holding off the field from the soft runners. Rafa Hulk, an impressive, solid finish of P2, as is STX in P3. That's a great podium, great racing from all drivers today. We've seen a very nice race. I hope everyone else enjoyed. Charles won at Canada round number 3, and now and again in round number 6. And he will increase his points as I think most drivers, as mentioned in the championship fight, we're getting to the point where we're almost at halfway through the season. So we always look at the championship battle. But what an impressive day from Charles. You really can't say anything wrong about his race. He did everything perfect. The only thing he didn't get was the fastest lap, and that's what Drank got. He started first, he finished first, he controlled it well, and that was just a proper mature drive. Congrats to Sir Charles. Rafa Hulk up from 7th place. He showed the speed, and he had some nice battles with all of them up at the front. He was able to get 2nd, and 3rd was STX. With the absence of the safety car from last week, we finally did get 1, 2, I think we got 3 safety cars today. And I thoroughly enjoyed this race. It was everything you wanted. Usually at Austria, you get some weather. We didn't get any weather today, but I don't think you needed it. I think the strategy played well. Safety cars came out perfectly. It didn't really ruin anyone's race. I think it helped people get back into action, which is always good. Sometimes the strategy of the safety car can kind of put others at harm to promote other strategies. I don't think that did it today, so I think it actually helped just put the racing back together. A few spins and glitches and penalties from drivers in the back that didn't do so hot today, but from the majority of the mid to front runners, very respectful racing at Austria. No big incidents that I can recall, other than I think STX half spinning in the first few laps, claiming one of the Red Bulls, I believe. Apart from that, it's been a really good race, and I'm happy I commentated on that. And that's really about it. So tomorrow is the golden class for Austria, as is on Thursday for platinum class. Next week is Britain. Once again, there won't be any post-race interviews tonight, so apologies for that. And before you all go, please show us your support in the likes, in the following and subscribing. If you are not followed and subscribing, and after this race, I don't know what you're doing, go follow and support. We really do appreciate it. All the information down below if you are considering joining TCR, as is the affiliation link for Fanatec. Other than that, we got through this stream together, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. My name is Seafreeze. Thank you all for watching, and until then, we'll see you back here tomorrow, same place, same time, for the golden class. Thank you all for watching. Until then, good night.